Soft, melancholic piano music begins, subtly layered with the sound of distant, echoing waves. A slightly breathy young female voice begins, laced with a wistful, almost detached tone. "Oh, darling, you wouldn't believe. Honestly, you simply wouldn't it's the kind of thing that makes you question the very fabric of, well, everything, docent it. People speak of tranquility, of Sri Lanka being the pearl of the Indian Ocean. A haven it all feels like a cruel jest now, a beautifully rendered illusion. I am from, well, a place where illusions are all one has, truly. Post-Soviet landscapes teach you that. And believe me, discerning artifice is a skill honed by necessity. I had, you see, such expectations. Truly extravagant, I admit it. When one is accustomed to, let us just say, a certain standard, even the idea of compromise feels vulgar. Preposterous, even. And my beloved, ever-indulgent papa had insisted on this trip. A safari, he said, to see the leopards. A treat. A respite. And I naturally curated the most exquisite itinerary. And that is how I ended up at Oak Ray Wild Yala, Tissamaharama. Oh, the name itself sounds promising, docent it? Wild and refined. A delicate balance. A balance they decidedly failed to achieve. It began, as such things always do, with a subtle discord. The arrival. The first impression. And darling, the smell. It wasn't merely musty, as some might politely put it. It was the scent of time abandoned. Abandonment rarely smells of roses, does it? It was a cloying, damp odor clinging to the very fibers of the room, a perfume of forgotten things. Like a grandmama's attic left to the mercy of the monsoon. It coat my necessity to be clean. And the key, oh the key, it was, I suspect, original to the room. A heavy brass thing requiring a Herculean effort to turn in the lock. How utterly uncivilized. A properly maintained lock, you see, operates with seamless grace. It is a sign of respect, a silent acknowledgement of the guest. This lock practically screamed, "We do not care about your comfort or your possibility to prepare for the night in sooth." It's the same energy when you stay in a grandma's house and she offers you food from 10 years ago. You question every sense. And the lack of blankets. I mean, a blanket is a basic need, isn't it? It is akin to denying someone oxygen. One needs layers, darling. It is simply physiological. I had, of course, requested one, but the housekeeping, well, let us just say their concept of promptly differs considerably from mine. It was after hours. I was left shivering, contemplating the moral decay of Sri Lankan hospitality. It should be the minimum. Even the beasts need covers, and they don't call for it. It's the same way they don't ask you at a restaurant if you are okay. When you have someone sit down and not check on you, or not make sure you're okay, feels disrespectful, and it impacts everything around you. Then the lights. Flickering, you see, is not merely an inconvenience. It is unsettling. It destabilizes the atmosphere. It makes one feel vulnerable, like something is trying to communicate, but the message is fragmented, distorted, like a half-remembered dream. It felt like the ghosts themselves were trying to let me know something was off here. It's like seeing a butterfly with broken wings. It's beautiful, but sadly broken. The bathroom, oh, the bathroom. A testament to neglect. The flush, barely a whisper of a swirling force, requiring multiple attempts to achieve any semblance of cleanliness. And the water pressure. A bipolar aquatic dance, shifting between scalding and frigid with alarming capriciousness. It felt as though the plumbing itself was actively hostile. Picture, darling, attempting to cleanse oneself while simultaneously bracing for thermal shock. It is not conducive to a sense of well-being, is it? Moreover, I could see the stains on everything. Even the walls were moldy. It's the same way you look at someone who doesn't take care of themselves. You feel saddened and
disgusted. But then came the creatures. My goodness, the creatures. Crawling, fluttering, scurrying. Not merely bugs, as one might casually dismiss them, but a veritable ecosystem of the unwanted, dead and alive.
So I've been looking into crimes near Oak Ray Wild Yala, Tissamaharama, you know, and it's just like really sad what's going on there. Businesses in this area, they're supposed to be helping tourists like you, but no, they're just trying to scam you, you know. So there was this one incident. A woman got arrested in Tissamaharama for fraud, she had a storefront and everything. She was scamming people, locals and tourists alike, by selling them stuff that was, not what they thought it was. I mean, can you imagine? You're on vacation, you're trying to have a good time, and then someone takes advantage of you like that. It's just so wrong. I'm guessing the victims were probably really upset, They felt like they'd been taken advantage of. Maybe they even felt stupid for falling for it. But it's not their fault, It's the scammer's fault for trying to take advantage of them. And what probably happened to the scammer? She got arrested, thank goodness. But what if she hadn't? What if she was still out there scamming people? It's just so important to be careful when you're traveling, Don't be afraid to ask questions, do your research, and don't give your money to anyone who seems shady. I mean, you're on vacation, you're supposed to be having fun, not getting scammed. Anyway, that's what I found out about crimes near Oak Ray Wild Yala, Tissamaharama. It's just really sad, But we can't let these scammers win. We have to be smart and stay safe.
The landscape surrounding Oak Ray Wild Yala, Tissamaharama, it's a bit like finding a beautiful, untouched painting, then discovering someone scribbled over it with a dull crayon. The businesses here, generally speaking, feel disheartening. It's not a vibrant ecosystem of hospitality, but rather a collection of places that seem to be operating on a fundamental misunderstanding of what guests, particularly those who have chosen to visit a place as naturally stunning as Yala, actually want. It feels like a missed opportunity, a quiet sadness that hangs in the air. And frankly, it's unsettling. Let's be clear, this isn't a case of a few bad apples. It's a pattern, a pervasive sense of letting things slide. It's as if the area is relying entirely on the draw of the national park, assuming tourists will simply tolerate whatever is presented to them. And that, quite frankly, feels exploitative. Let's start with places aimed at spending retail spaces. The Hounds Hill Shopping Centre, for example. It's meant to be a hub, a place for a little retail therapy. What you find, however, is a feeling of emptiness. Many spoke of finding it in a state of significant decline, with a surprising number of shops simply closed up. Imagine saving up for a little treat, a souvenir, only to find boarded-up windows and a sense of quiet desperation. It's like walking through a ghost town dressed up as a shopping centre. And it's not just the lack of shops. There's a distinct undercurrent of negativity stemming from the staff. There's one story, a truly upsetting story, of a staff member openly expressing prejudiced views, telling a customer to go back where they came from. It's a visceral, chilling reminder that while a place might be beautiful, the people shaping the experience can fundamentally ruin it. The feeling of unwelcome, of being othered, that must be profoundly disheartening. The reports about the car park, a single exit, queues forming bordering on chaos, speak to a core lack of care. It's a simple problem with a simple solution, and its mismanagement feels deliberate. It's like they're strategically making your experience as stressful as possible. Why? Then you have the entertainment side of things. Spots like Wilmore Wine Bar. Reports suggest a certain exclusivity, a sense that you need to be a specific type of person, older, perhaps a wine aficionado, to be welcomed. Several reviews lacked substance or detail, but that silence in itself speaks volumes. It's like people went, experienced something underwhelming, and simply didn't feel compelled to share it. It suggests a lack of warmth, a feeling of being an outsider. The flatbread shrinking while the price increases, it's a metaphor, isn't it? A quiet shrinking of value, a subtle increase in calculation. Now let's talk about accommodation. Jetwing Yala presents itself as a luxury escape, but whispered throughout the reviews is a sense of decay, a beautiful facade masking a core of neglect. There's a constant theme of things being worn, broken, outdated. Drawers sticking, lights flickering, water damage on the walls. It's a slow erosion of comfort. And then there are the bugs. Ants, cockroaches, even reports of being bitten during the night. It evokes a feeling of being invaded, of losing control of your personal space. A full-blown infestation, hidden behind a veneer of luxury. But the most disturbing accounts detail significant safety issues, elephant attacks on vehicles in the car park. The hotel's response, denial, dismissal, a refusal to take responsibility. It's a profound betrayal of trust. To knowingly put guests at risk, to refuse to offer support when something does happen, it's not just bad management, it's a moral failing. It leaves me with a cold feeling, a distinct distrust of the entire operation. It is deeply concerning.